Good morning, everyone. So my name is Mrs. Mackey, and what we're doing today, what we will cover, this is the first video in a series of videos that we will post going through past BJC Mathematics papers. Now, the BJC examination is primarily for students in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and that's also students at the junior level, but this can be used as practice for students anywhere in the world who are learning new math concepts or reinforcing math concepts that they have learned. So this video comes to you from the GDS group of companies situated in Nassau, Bahamas. We are an educational institution providing educational support services to students enrolled in a full-time program. Okay, so let's get started. The questions that we will cover are from the June 2014 paper 1, and part 1 is the first of 3 for this particular paper. And we go through the first 6 questions on the paper. So let's take a look. Okay, now the first couple of questions are very basic questions and basically test the knowledge of our operations. Here we see we have 3 numbers and we're doing a simple addition problem. So of course in adding, we start in the ones column, add up all of the figures, and we have 4 plus 7, which is 11, plus 6 gives us 17. Of course, we put a 7, carry the 1. 1 plus 5 is 3, and maybe that's better demonstrated on this next screen here. There we go. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. So we put our 4 in our tens column, carry our 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 2, so plus 1 is 2. Plus 8 is 10, put our 0, carry our 1. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 2 is 9. So we get the answer 9,047. Next question. Question 1b is subtraction, simple subtraction. So we're starting off nice and easy. And in this particular question, we would borrow. And so, of course, we know how to do that. Just for review, we borrow 1 from our tens unit. So that becomes, our 3 becomes 2. We carry our 1. This becomes 17 minus 8, which is 9. 2 minus 1 is 1. And 9 minus 9 is 0. 4 minus 2 is 2. Our answer, 2019. Okay, moving on. We have a multiplication question next. Put that on screen. So we have 7 times 8. We need to know our multiplication tables, right? So I would suggest students revisit from the second times table all the way up to 15 at the junior level. So 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 0 is 0. Add our 5 gives us 5. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 5 is 35 for an answer of 35,756. Next, we have a division. Okay, rounding off our operator questions. And of course, we know how to work long division. 4 goes into 6 one time. 4 times 1 is 4. We subtract 4 from 6, gives us 2. Bring down our 0, make this number 20. 4 goes into 20 5 times. Multiply 5 times 4 is 20. Then we go ahead and subtract. We get 0 here. 20 minus 20 gives us 0. Bring down our 8. 4 goes into 8 2 times. And we multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. We're subtracting again. 8 minus 8 is 0. 1 more digit, bring down that 4. 4 goes into 4 1 time, and then we multiply 1 times 4 to give 4. last subtraction, 4 minus 4 is 0. We're at the end. So our answer for our quotient is 1,521. Okay, question 2. So we're given a calendar. And by the way, these are actual questions from the exam that we're going through, okay? We're given a calendar and we're asked to write as a fraction 3 days out of the total number of days in January. So the first thing we need to do is we need to identify how many days are in the month of January on this calendar. And we see that there are indeed 31 days, right? From 1 to 31. So that's simple, right? Once we know the total number of parts, which is 31 days, we're taking a portion of 3 days out of that 31, and we're writing it as a fraction. So that's simply 3 divided by 31. We check to see if we can simplify. There are no common factors between 3 and 31, so the answer remains as is, 3 over 31. Okay. Question 3, we are rounding, and the question asks us to round to the nearest whole number. So whole number is the portion in front of the decimal point, right? It's this portion here. So we know the rules for rounding, or we should. We look at the digit to the immediate right of the number that we are rounding. In this case, we are rounding in our ones position to make it a whole number. So we look to the digit to the immediate right, which is 9, and we evaluate. If this digit is greater than or equal to 5, we add 1 to the number that we're rounding. If it's less than 5, we leave the number as is, or the digit as is. So we see that 9 is greater than 5, so we're adding 1 to the value in our ones unit. 2 plus 1 is 3, and then we discard everything that comes after our whole number. So we are left with 63. Okay, we are given a compass in the next question, question 4. And the question reads, I am facing southwest, so I'm down here. I turned through an angle of 90 degrees in a clockwise direction. So clockwise, we're going from left to right, right? We're turning this way. And I'm going 90 degrees in that direction. In which direction am I now facing? So to go 90 degrees, this is 45, and then another 45 degrees to give us 90. We end up in a northwest direction. Question 5, write down the next 2 terms in the sequence. So for this question, we want to identify what is the sequence doing? Well, the first 4 digit gives us a clue, a hint, and we are decreasing by 2 each time. So 16 minus 2 gives us 14, 14 minus 2 gives us 12, 12 minus 2 gives us 10. So if we were to follow that pattern, 10 minus 2 would give us 8, and then 8 minus 2 gives us 6. So those are the next 2 values in the sequence. Okay, and the last question for this particular segment. We have a clock that shows 6:30 p.m. What time was it 4 hours and 30 minutes before 6:30? So basically, we're taking away 4 hours, 30 minutes from our time on our clock of 6:30. So if we subtract 4 hours, 30 minutes from 6:30, we're left with 2 p.m. Okay, so that concludes this particular session, this particular portion of our 2014 Math Paper 1. Stay tuned for the answers in our next segment, where we'll be covering questions 7 through 12. See you then.